If you weren't excited before about an AJ Lee return to WWE, well, tonight's episode of Raw might have just gotten you there, because this without question gonna be a bumpy ride, and we're gonna talk about it right here in Alyx's world. Hello all, and welcome to Alyx's world, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm your host, Alyx, just Alyx, and yes, this is your WWE Monday Night Raw review, recap, reaction. If you're ready to talk about it, then let's talk about it. Look here, that's 2 nights in a row, WWE. That's 2 nights in a row that you teased AJ Lee. I'm just saying. Now, this one was a lot stronger than last night's.
Bye-bye All Out. It's time to light it up.
Hey, this tease was a lot stronger than the one we got at Paris, Clash in Paris. Becky Lynch came out to help Seth Rollins, the wife of Seth Rollins. Who else could defend CM Punk? The wife of CM Punk. Now you had a literal, genuine tease with Becky Lynch slapping CM Punk and CM Punk saying, "You're gonna regret ever putting your hands on me." I mean, goddamn, at this point, the only thing they haven't done was just straight up announce that AJ Lee is coming back. And yes, I know, we saw Rhea Ripley backstage talking to CM Punk. Clearly a misdirect. Everybody is expecting AJ Lee. WWE knows everybody is expecting AJ Lee. If we don't get AJ Lee in some shape or form at WrestlePalooza, it will be a massive flop. I don't think they would be teasing this or even doing this if AJ Lee wasn't coming in. I have a good feeling we are going to see her. I'm very confident. I remember when CM Punk was teased to return to wrestling in 2021. They never mentioned his name. You just got people saying even it's the best in the world. Just little things like that. They never mentioned it. They went off of sheer speculation.
That pop for AJ better be SS Punk return pop.
Oh, don't worry. It's going to be massive because it's in Chicago. But they went off of pure speculation. Not once did they say CM Punk's name. And then he showed up. One of the greatest reactions I've ever seen as a wrestling fan. Still to this day, the greatest moment in AEW's history was CM Punk returning to wrestling. Chicago. The premiere of Rampage. Friday. Legendary. One of the greatest moments ever. You don't think the WWE wants to replicate that with AJ Lee here? AJ Lee has not been seen inside, well, a WWE ring, but a wrestling ring in general, unless you count WoW, in over 10 years. We haven't seen AJ Lee since she left in 2015. It's been 10 years. Literally. Do you know how long I've been begging to see AJ Lee come back? And I'm serious about this. I have been hoping, begging, pleading, wishing. Even the stuff like, I can't remember the last time I thought she would return. I think it was Rumble. Was it Rumble this past year? Rumble this past year, that might have been the last time I truly felt she was coming back. She didn't come back. But it's been like that for 10 years straight where I've been like, man, where is this woman? Where you at? You still look good. You can still go. We've seen her in films and shows. Clearly she It's not a health issue. It must be a passion issue. AJ Lee left WWE on bad terms after what happened with CM Punk being let go, but also how they were treating the women. Remember, she was around when the women were getting 30 seconds. It was a bad time for her. But during that time, she still excelled. She was competing on the level in terms of popularity with the men. That's how over AJ Lee was. Despite the restrictions the women were given, AJ Lee still excelled. So what do you think is going to happen when you bring AJ Lee into this environment? I honestly do believe, more than I've ever felt, she is coming back. Now the question is, when? Is it this Friday?
Let's light it up at WrestlePalooza, Alyx.
Is it this Friday? They're going to be in Chicago. CM Punk said he's going to be there. Imagine the pop. Imagine the pop that... Because you have to think about it this way. I don't think the music is going to play and she's going to come out. I think what's going to happen, we're in Chicago, right? So you can do something where Becky, Seth come out, and of course he's not going to put his hands on Becky, and so he gets blindsided. They start double teaming him. We see April, AJ, and the crowd just watching. All Homegirl needs to do, jump over the barricade, get inside the ring, and help her husband. That will get a monster pop. Now, it would be nice if her music hits and she runs out, but nah. Do what Candice LeRae did to debut on NXT TakeOver. Oh, which TakeOver was that? The one where Gargano took on Andrade. Which TakeOver was that in 2018? Was Zelina Vega was his manager, and then Candice LeRae jumped over the barricade to attack her? Oh, that was good. Do exactly that. Exactly that. Becky and Seth follow him to Chicago and they attack him. And then AJ Lee makes the save. Perfect. And then we build to the match. And let me tell you something right now. Thank you, NXT TakeOver Philadelphia. All you gotta do, give AJ Lee, Becky Lynch a microphone, let them do the talking. That's it. You gotta do one promo segment between Becky Lynch and AJ Lee. One. Give me one. And just get out of their way. I don't care when it happens, how long it goes, what city it's in. You got to at least do one promo between AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. And I think what's crazy about all of this is that you see people now once again praising Becky Lynch. Let's not pretend. Let's not sit here and pretend that all these people who are praising Becky Lynch now, were praising her before. I remember those Becky Logan Paul, Jesus, no. Let's not compare to that guy. I still remember those Becky Hogan tweets. Oh, she's burying the women's roster. Well, when you see her excel in segments with CM Punk, go toe-to-toe with him on the microphone, that's why she's where she is. Becky Lynch reminded everybody why she's the man, why she main evented WrestleMania, why she's one of the greatest female wrestlers of all time. That was an excellent segment, excellent segment with her and CM Punk. I don't want to hear anyone say otherwise. Anyone that dares to come up here on Beyonce's internet and say that segment sucked should not be listened to. And I mean that. If I hear one person say that CM Punk and Becky Lynch had a bad segment, not only will they be blocked, They should be shunned. Because that was one of the best segments I've seen from Raw, probably all year. So well done. Great play on the crowd, by the way. Pearce once again brought it. Great crowd. Having Seth Rollins go out there, him telling Punk to come get me, and then Becky getting in his way. Love it. Oh, it's so good. The only thing, and I mean this, the only thing that I think would ruin all of this, and it's no offense to Rhea herself, if they have Rhea Ripley show up on SmackDown and not AJ Lee, she's going to get booed. And I love Rhea. I got nothing against Rhea, but WWE, you know what you've done. You know what you did the moment you had Becky join the Vision. When you had Becky help Seth beat CM Punk. Do you understand the reaction that Rhea's going to get? The position you're putting Rhea in if this is not AJ Lee. And it's not going to be Rhea's fault. It'll be your fault. She's going to get booed. If it was going to be Rhea Ripley, Rhea should have came out tonight. And I mean that. Rhea should have came out tonight and got in Becky's face. Put it into it. See, now, and I mean this, like, I'm not saying it wasn't originally going to be AJ to begin with. I do believe originally, and it still is originally going to be AJ. But on the off chance that Rhea Ripley was the original pick, and the plan is to have Rhea come out on SmackDown to help Punk, I'm going to need WWE to call AJ right now. This is assuming that the plan is Rhea Ripley. I'm going to need you to call AJ right now. I'm going to need you to open your checkbook. I'm going to need you to ask her, name an amount. If homegirl says $1 million, write 6 zeros, put the 1 at the beginning, sign your names, rip out the check, mail it to her. Or text it to her so she can scan it and put it in her bank account. I'm going to need you to pay her whatever the fuck she wants. Because the person that should be alongside CM Punk, whether it's WrestlePalooza, whether it's Survivor Series, or whether it's in Saudi Arabia, the person that should be aside CM Punk should not be Rhea Ripley or any other female wrestler. It should be AJ Lee. God damn it, I've been waiting for it for 10 years. You know what you did the moment you brought Becky Lynch into this storyline. You knew how the fans are going to react. And so the last thing that should be done is to go against those expectations. AJ Lee, to me, is the right person to team with Punk in this situation. And you know what? If it's a one-off, perfect. What a one-off that would be. What an epic one-off. Teaming with her husband to take on Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. Holy shit. Now, I will say this, just quite frankly, if she's coming back and you can get her for a couple more appearances, you know, maybe a match against Becky at WrestleMania, maybe a Rumble appearance. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. Again, AJ, how much you want? Okay, if it's going to take $1 million per appearance. Okay, let's see how many appearances is that. So, we want the Rumble, so that's $1 million. We're going to have her at WrestlePalooza, so that's $1 million. We want that match at WrestleMania, so that's another $1 million. That's $3 million. What else y'all want? You want fries with that? Okay, cool. Yeah, so $3 million. Pay her. Pay her. Pay her. Give the money to the woman. Pay her what she's worth. Get her at WrestlePalooza. I will be very furious if it's anybody else but AJ Lee. So I have a good feeling that AJ is coming back. I can't promise you she's coming back at SmackDown this Friday. We'll have to see about that, but if Punk's going to be there, they're expecting AJ. That's the place to have her come back. Now, if you want to push it off,
AJ versus Becky? Holy Mother of God, take my effing money now. The promos alone would bang. I always preferred AJ over Nikki back in the day, though.
So like, and I said this on my live stream last night. If you had the ability to bring back AJ Lee, why would you even touch Nikki Bella? Like, every time I look at Nikki Bella, I go, we backed the wrong one. Like, Nikki's over here missing her spin kicks. You already know AJ's going to be good because she's already been training. She never stopped training, guys. You know this woman is going to be a very, very fun watch. Especially if it's against Becky Lynch. Come on, man. Come on. Seth, Becky, AJ, Punk. That's a WrestleMania match. Screw WrestlePalooza. That's a WrestleMania match. We're just going to get it at WrestlePalooza. So you got that match on top of Brock and Cena. Man, let me pull this up. I wrote this down because I didn't want to, of course, give you any misinformation, but I also didn't want to miss anything. So we got that match, AJ, Punk, Becky, Seth. We got Cena and Lesnar. We have Stephanie McCurr taking on Io Sky. I was thinking it was going to be Rhea Ripley. They chose Io Sky. So that's a dead giveaway that Stephanie is probably going to be the new women's champ. Absolutely. No one should be upset about that. You're going to do probably Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre. I'm expecting the Usos to take on Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. Holy shit. That's a big match. And then what? Some other matches? You got to have at least a solid 6 or 8 matches. A solid 6 or 8 matches on this card. So, this is going to feel like a massive show. They told us that debut on ESPN was going to be special. And sometimes Triple H tends to overpromise and underdeliver. You can tell he's gotten into that mode, and I hate that WWE does this. I hate that they overpromise things. You ain't seen nothing yet. And then it ends up being something that's not that great. This time, I'm thinking the overpromise is going to be warranted. Because they said that the debut pay-per-view, PLE, on ESPN was going to be something special. I think it has to be now. Because you're going head-to-head with All Out. Look here. I know this is not an AEW stream. But if I'm Tony Khan, I'm considering moving All Out to a different day or a different time. People keep their tickets. We're just moving it to Sunday. Or moving it to an earlier time. Keep your tickets. Nothing's changing. We're just moving it. Because I don't know, man. Unless Tony Khan can somehow find a way to build to some kind of a massive loaded card in 3 weeks, I don't know if it's a good idea to go head-to-head with WrestlePalooza. And I mean that. I think he would be better off just pushing All Out to Sunday. Or at least having it earlier on in the day. Like 12. And I mean that because what is AEW going to do? How do you combat a card like that? A card like this? That'd be wild, man. That'd be wild if they had Punk, AJ, Becky, and Seth. And if I'm Tony Khan, at that point, I'm like, yeah, let me go ahead and move this show earlier on today because I'm not competing against that. Yeah, man, I'm excited. And we're going to, of course, talk about that segment between Becky Lynch and CM Punk. I thought that segment was phenomenal. I loved every minute, every second of that segment. And we're going to break it down. Break it down. We're going to talk about other stuff that happened on the show. A little drama. The drama continues between Asuka, Io Sky, and Kairi Sane. And you're seeing storylines start to pick up a little bit more. You're seeing characters start to fall into their roles. Asuka going more heel. Kairi Sane being the sympathetic one. You can tell they're going to turn Kairi. She's a baby face, but they're going to make her more sympathetic. Asuka's going heel. They're setting up Asuka versus Io Sky. Asuka versus Rhea Ripley. So you're gonna see all these people now start to fall into their roles. And with Stephanie McCurr being set up to be the new women's champ, which, by the way, I love it. Awesome. I love Stephanie McCurr being the new women's champ. You're going to be seeing a lot more fresher storylines happening with the women's division. And it's needed because Naomi gone. We're not going to see her for, dare I say, a year. I don't expect to see her until, and I'm being real, I don't expect to see her until Rumble 2027. We might see her, maybe if we're lucky, after SummerSlam next year. Maybe. But I don't know. I just honestly believe that if you make Stephanie McCurr the women's champ, the quality of the show is going to improve loads. Because she has a certain air about her. A certain, something that's not tangible, right? The untangible. The it factor. She just has it. It's natural. And I do believe she's going to run that division. It's going to be her show. I remember when she was on NXT, I said, hey, when she gets to the main roster, whatever show it's on, it's her division. It's going to be her division. I'm excited about that. So, looking forward to seeing where Asuka, Io, and we'll talk about that during the Raw segment. Love seeing Jimmy Uso come out to help Jay at the end of the show. Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker are being built strong, although I still wish Bronson would have beat Roman. Really smash him over. That's just me. I'm not saying they can't do it later, but I would have focused on really, really smashing him over. I do believe we're going to be seeing a little bit more of, no Bayley tonight. That's interesting. But we're going to be seeing a little bit more of a dissension between Dominik Mysterio and Judgment Day. Because you can see, they're setting Dominik up with his own faction. Right? He's starting to get his own faction going now. With all these masked luchadors. These Americanos. El Grande Americanos. I can't even say that they're El Grandes anymore. They're Americanos. So, they're beginning the breakup of the Judgment Day. And I've been waiting for this group to be broken up. So, I still don't know what the status of Liv Morgan is. I still think she has a long, long time before we see her back. I'm suspecting we won't see Liv back, honestly, until next year. I'm just being honest with you. Until next year. So I'm very, very curious to see when things get rolling on that. Get rolling on the Liv Morgan return, or the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour, and Roxanne Perez and Dominik Mysterio beginning their love connection. They've been dragging their heels on that. And of course, she wasn't on the show tonight, but you know Bayley's about to. She's probably going to debut next week. We're going to see that new gimmick debut next week. And it's going to be one of those things where it's like, which Bayley? And I'm curious, like, how are they going to debut her? Because I don't know if it's going to be one of those things where it's the Three Faces of Foley, where she's Hugger Bayley one week, the role model one week, the evil role model one week. Or is it one of those things where she's going to be all of them at once? So, if it's going to be the latter, I got to see where that's going. So, Oh man, I'm excited. Just a lot of great things happening. A lot of great things happening building into WrestlePalooza. Triple H is serious. He is serious about crushing All Out. And you know what? If this is what it's going to take to make Triple H put his best foot forward going head to head with AEW, then schedule all your shows to go head to head with AEW. I mean that. Schedule all your shows to go head to head with AEW if it's going to require you, if that's what it's required, to give us the best shows possible. That's all I'm going to say about that. That's all I'm going to say. So, yeah, I'm very excited to see where things are going. I'm wondering why the chat is talking about cancer. Who has cancer? Why are we talking about cancer? So y'all telling me what's going on with that? Did someone come out with cancer? Or are you calling a particular person cancer? Anyways, thank you all so much for being here for this lovely live stream. Oh, a person's name cancer. Oh, I was about to say, like, who has cancer? What did cancer say? Hold on. Let me see what's going on here. Because I saw cancer and I got worried. Cancer says, oh, that's why they went crazy. Okay, so Cancer Zodiacer 1 said, what if it's Ronda Rousey? If Ronda Rousey... Hey, real talk though. That would be absolutely hilarious. I don't think they should do that. Because, let me just say this. If Rhea Ripley is going to get booed if she shows up on Friday, ain't no way in hell that Ronda Rousey gets off scathed. They will riot in Chicago. They will literally riot if Ronda Rousey comes out. Hell nah. You might as well go with Rhea Ripley. In that instance, if it's Rhea Ripley or Ronda Rousey, go with Rhea Ripley. Don't even think about bringing in Ronda Rousey. But it's going to be AJ Lee. I'm confident it's going to be AJ. Sorry, I had to look at what was going on there. Everyone was saying cancer. Cancer, Jesus Christ. Anyways, back to what I was talking about. Thank you all so much for being here. You could be anywhere else. You chose me to discuss Monday Night Raw, and I'm grateful for it. So if this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Wow, your edit help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership, click that join button. You get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or a review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks. If you would like to donate after the fact, you can. Also, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter at Just Alex Central. Give me a follow on Instagram. Give me a follow on Spotify. Give me a follow on Cameo. Give me a follow on Threads. Follow us on Discord. Follow me on Blue Sky, where the skies are clearer. And give me a follow on TikTok. For I am the tickest of the talkest. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo. And yes, Super Chats are officially on you. Can donate at any point in time during the broadcast to get your thoughts played live on the air. Email me at justalexsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries just to say hi. And yes, get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Are you a Just Alex guy? Then join the club. Get you an I'm Just Alex guy t-shirt. Hot off the press. Also get you an old school Deluxe Man t-shirt. Get you a new school Alex World t-shirt. And many more t-shirt designs coming your way. So stay tuned. Join the cause. Expand the brand today right here in Alex's World. Thank you all so much for joining me for this lovely live stream. I want to thank the lovely people over at Dokkio Nation for being partners of this broadcast. Dokkio AI is here to make sure you stay organized. I know you're that kind of person that loses track of his emails, track of whatever files. You're like me. I'm disorganized like a mofo. If I need to check to see an old PDF or some type of a file, or maybe even, I'm just saying, maybe even an email too that I was like, oh man, what did that email say? If you are someone that needs to be organized, Dokkio is here to help you stay. Stay in track, stay on top of your items. So, That's why we get a quick word from them before we get to some shout out. This broadcast is partnered by Dokkio. Look, I won't lie to you. I suck at staying organized. I've made so many thumbnails and scripts that I can't even tell you where half of them are anymore. And the worst part, I always realize I need them right in the middle of creating or editing something. I've literally had to recreate entire files from scratch because it was faster than finding the original. And that's where Dokkio comes in. Dokkio is basically an AI personal assistant that finds and collects all your files across multiple platforms, whether it's Google Drive, Dropbox, Gmail, OneDrive, you name it, and it gives you one clean, organized workspace. It doesn't just show you where your files are, it understands what they are and organizes them accordingly. In my case, it's good to have something that organizes my thumbnails, in case I need to go back to reuse them for future broadcasts. So if your digital life is a hot mess like mine, do yourself a favor. Go to trydokkio.com/Alyx. Once you see how fast and easy it is to find your stuff, you won't want to go back. So don't wait. Sign up for Dokkio and get organized today. Alright, thank you all so much for joining me here for this lovely live stream. We got some things to talk about. We got some things to mention. I think we have quite the lineup of things to get to when it comes to tonight's broadcast, including some wrestling news and then, of course, Monday Night Raw. By the way, if you hear people in the background screaming, we got a lot of people watching some sports, and that's okay. Apparently, Venus Williams is playing right now. So my family loves them some Williams sisters. That's what that is. But thank you all so much for joining me. Please show your love to the Mod Squad. Ultra! Shinizer and Firestar Heart. Elias Ademi. New Japan Pro Wrestling. Khalil does everything. Highway Dylan Danger. Teflon Don. The Mod Father. Zeno. Enigma. Big MGM. And then, of course, the newest addition to the Mod Squad, Mrs. Firestar Heart. Angel Hollenbeck. They're here to help keep this I can't speak English right now. A safe space for wrestling fans like you. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, please be sure you like the video. The more you like the video, the more opportunities I will be given to be recommended here on YouTube. So up, boost that algorithm by hitting that like button. Before we get to the shout outs, I want to give a quick, and I mean a very special shout out to your new Super Chat World Champion who dropped a massive $500, ladies and gentlemen. A big 500 to win this title last night, yesterday. Clash in Paris review. Let's Talk live stream. You know him, ladies and gentlemen, as the Chosen One. You know him as the Young Wicked. He is number one, Ronwell Nigales. I am number one. Congratulations to the new champ, Ronwell. Wasn't expecting it. Nobody was. This man came in like a house of fire and took that title. He will be defending that belt in 3 weeks at WrestlePalooza. And he plans on being a fighting champ for as long as possible. See, y'all thought Three Diglets and Corpsier were the only ones to get down. See, y'all don't understand that when the bar gets set high, it forces others to come up to their level. And big shout out to Corpsier and of course Three Diglets for all he's done, if you are listening. Because we wouldn't have the Young Wiccan. We wouldn't have the Chosen One if it wasn't for you. So now the question is, are you a number 2? Are you a number 3? Because unless you want to be number 1, you gotta come after Ronwell the right way. Because like he always says, you the 2s, and he's the one. I love it. I love it. Good to have you here, Ronwell. Congratulations, my man. I look forward to you having quite the reign. Just a quick reminder, Ronwell only defends the belt at PLEs. Pay-per-views for WWE, not AEW. So if you want the belt, you gotta come for it at the PLEs. If you want the weekly belt, that's currently being held by Corp CA. Good luck with that. He's already said that no one's taking that belt from him until he decides he wants to get rid of it. And then, what could be the greatest match to ever take place for the Super Chat title since Three Diglets and Corp CA. The Underdog versus the Tribal Chief at the Royal Rumble. Look forward to it, because you know Corp CA is going to want that belt. But Ronwell said, you the twos, and I'm the one. Who wins? Who wins? Will the Tribal Chief get back his Ulafala? Or will number one remain on top? Because to be the man, woo! I can't do that no more. That's Three Diglets. He ain't here no more. But that's funny. Anyways, yeah, that was fun. Thank you, Ronwell. I was not expecting that massive drop you gave us the other day, but I'm glad you did it. All right, let me go ahead and do the shout outs here. Thank you all so much for joining me. I see we have Zach Minger. Zach Minger, you have been the first person, Mr. Perfect Attendance, on every single one of my streams. Is that going to be your nickname? Can you show up for every stream? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think Mr. Perfect Attendance is going to work. We got to get you some kind of a nickname, Zach, because you're here every single stream. We'll figure it out. Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. I see Sean Swaby. Baby! We got JJ. Who let the dogs out? Who? JJ Bulldog. I got King Bill 24. For sure. I don't know. We gotta get you a nickname, King Bill. We'll figure it out. Jonathan Cantres. We have Jack Lumbombard. We got Bryce Blackwell. Joe Shipley. Brandon Wyatt. Bucks Basement. Bucks Basement with the donations coming in hot. Appreciate that, sir. Trey Lucado. Entertainment for Dante Omari. All Official Entertainment. Coming up here on Beyonce's Internet. Pikachu Black. King Aza. John Brooks. Let me see here. Ooh, Telly Wusese. Telly Wusese. Telly Woyan. Telly Wusese. Telly Woyan. Close enough. Sean Yoder. The Social Deviant. Chris Wrestling Views. Good to have you here, Chris Wrestling Views. Slam Tackle. TV. Oh, this is an OG. Kevin S. Oshiru. Was it Oshiro or Oshiru? Kevin S., good to have you here. And I'm going to save the best for last, because they are family and they are royalty. Ladies and gentlemen, you know them as the premier reaction channel here in the wrestling YouTube space. Say hello to 40,000 subscribers, A&B Combos Wrestling Edition. Hey, A&B, if you are within earshot, I know you, me, Mr. Steve Misandridge, we save our round tables for the big shows. We save them for WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, SummerSlam. But I'm thinking WrestlePalooza. It's going to be pretty loaded. So I want to ask you something. And this is something that I'm thinking about, with a caveat, of course. If, and I mean this, if AJ Lee does indeed come back, and it's this Friday, do you think it's time we do another roundtable? Because I do believe if it's going to be, in my opinion, a WrestleMania type of card in September, I think the best way to talk about it is with the roundtable. Would you be interested in coming on my channel to preview WrestlePalooza? The week of course. So if I was to schedule a day, it would be a, let me see here. The Tuesday of, so the 16th, right after NXT. Do you think you could swing that? If AJ Lee comes back, by the way. And they say they're always down, and they would be honored. Thank you. Well, we'll see what happens on Friday. If she comes back on Friday, we're doing it. Let's make it happen, Captain. And this is a good spot to end it. Thank you all so much for joining me for this live stream. You could be anywhere else. You chose me. I'm always grateful. JJ Bulldog says, someone is going to donate $500 for AJ Lee. You promise? You promise? I hope you do. It would make me very happy if you did indeed donate $500. $500. All right, let's go ahead and get to it. So, before we get to the Raw review, reaction, recap, let's talk about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Because Mr. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was recently in the news for looking a little different. I don't know if you guys saw photos of him at the premiere of his Smashing Pumpkin, but he looks a little different. Look at that. Scroll down a little bit. Look at that guy. That, my friends, is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Got a little bit of a chiselness to him, but he's lost all his muscle. And he's starting to look his age. What is he, 53? How old is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? Yeah, 53. He turned 53 this year. Starting to look like it. He looks good, though. He's looking good. He's slimmed down. And apparently, check this out. Smashing Pumpkin opened up with 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Incredible. They're calling it his best film yet. And apparently, it will come out. When does it come out? October 3rd. October 3rd. And he's going to be promoting it. I was floored when I saw that picture of him. And it is one of those things where you have to wonder, like, is he actually done? He looks like someone that's... I think he's out. I think The Rock has quietly retired. He's still working out in the gym. Don't get me wrong. Matter of fact, I think I have another photo of The Rock working out. But I think he's gotten off the gas. He's not pushing himself too hard, which is good. You don't want to go too hard all your life, especially when you're 53. At that point, it's like, okay, my dude, let's chill. Let's relax. But yeah, he looks good. I ain't hating on him. But at some point in time, you have to start wondering when it becomes dangerous for him to get back inside the ring. Now, before some of you say 53 years old is too old, remember, R-Truth is 53. Billy Gunn, who's in the best shape of his life, is 59. Going to be 60 this year, unless he's already 60. Sting retired in his 60s. So, I think 53 is still pretty good. Now, are we going to see The Rock back anytime soon? No. Not after this. After seeing him win big, it was probably going to be an Oscar-worthy performance. I have a feeling we're probably not going to see him inside the ring anytime soon. Because guess what that means? You get an Oscar, that means more opportunities in Hollywood, that means more paychecks. Yeah, I think Homeboy is probably done. But my thing is this, like, if he's not going to be wrestling again, first off, all power to him. But it is one of those things where people are expecting him. The expectation is still there for him to come back. And I think if the idea is for him to be done. Oh, Billy Gunn is 61? Did he just turn 61? Time out. How old is Billy Gunn? How old is Billy Gunn? Thank you. No, he's gonna be 62 this year. Okay, and Billy Gunn still looks like he's in his 30s. Anyways, back to the point. There's still an expectation that The Rock is gonna wrestle. If Homeboy is done, he just needs to come out and say it. Just put out a tweet. Just be like, look, y'all. I think I'm done. But if the idea is to have The Rock, and I mean this, have The Rock have one last match, and it should be against Roman. His final match should be against Roman, and then call it a day. It's going to need to happen soon. And I mean that because he's not getting younger, y'all. He's not getting younger. His body's it's aging. And so it gets to a point where he won't be able to take the bumps he used to take. I'm just saying, man. So we'll see. We'll see. Good for him. Good for Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Go get your bag. I hope you get Oscars. I'm going to go see the Smashing Machine. I'll be bringing a friend with me too. But, man, like, I miss him inside the ring. If he's going to go, if he's leaving, sweet. Let us know, man. Call it a day. But, congratulations to him. Looking forward to seeing the Smashing Pumpkin. It's the Smashing Machine. Smashing Pumpkin. The hell? The Smashing Machine. Excuse me. Alright, let's talk about it. Monday Night Raw. Once again, live in Paris. The final night of their tour in France. They return to the Americas on Friday. Chicago, by the way. Excited about that. The first hour of the show was okay. The crowd carried the first hour. The crowd was incredible. You had Jey Uso and LA Knight, go out there. They're confronting themselves because neither one of them won the title. And then you get Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker come out. And you know where this is going, right? Holla, holla, holla. Tag team match, player. Against, and 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet. And yeah, that's such a great catchphrase, by the way. It's gonna be 4 letters. That's funny. But yeah, I still feel like coming out of Paris, although they have a lot of heat on them for putting out Roman Reigns, they probably should have given Bronson Reed that win. To just stamp it on him, you know? We move on to the Kabuki Warriors talking to Io Sky backstage. Apparently they're cool now. Everything's good. Everything's great. Although you can tell Asuka is being very passive-aggressive, right? And Kairi is getting a little bit more sympathetic because Asuka's now yelling at Kairi. And Kairi's trying to be her friend. So you're seeing certain people fall into certain categories, right? And I like it. I'm enjoying that. Kabuki Warriors do indeed beat Judgment Day. That's Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez. And I like the spot at the end where Asuka, I don't know who missed the, whatever that was. It looked like a hip attack. But the hip attack was botched. And instead of going for the pin, which would have pissed me off, Asuka changed it up. And finished it with the Oscar lock, which was smart. I appreciate that. Yeah, it happens, you know. But it wasn't like so bad that it ruined the match. But you can tell, like, okay, something happened there that wasn't supposed to happen. And then they finished it with the Oscar lock. So that was good. And then we go backstage. We see Asuka, Io, and Kairi talking. And Asuka tells Io, we're going to help you win the women's title at WrestlePalooza. Because it was announced that Io Sky will be fighting Stephanie Vaquer for the women's title at WrestlePalooza. And Asuka told her, you lost the last time because we didn't help you. We're going to help you this time. And so, that's essentially a dead giveaway that Stephanie Vaquer is going to be the next women's champ. Which, for the record, absolutely. Absolutely. That wouldn't have been the case if Naomi was on top. But right now? Oh yeah. Give Stephanie the rocket ship. Strap it to her and watch her soar. I am beyond excited. Beyond excited for Stephanie Vaquer to be the next women's world champ. Now, they could end up giving it to Asuka's friend, Io Sky. But I just think it makes a lot more sense to have Asuka cost Io Sky and then go heel and then do that feud. And then have Asuka split from Kairi Sane. And then you can get Rhea Ripley involved in that. If you want to have Rhea Ripley go after Stephanie Vaquer in the meantime, like there's so much that can happen from this. I think when you put the belt on Stephanie, that's going to do so much for the division. Because you not only have a fresh new champ that you can build the roster around, but I also think what you're doing here, having Asuka go heel, and you're setting up Kairi Sane to be a babyface, potentially to end up fighting for the Intercontinental title. Now that's someone who can beat Becky Lynch. Kairi Sane versus Becky Lynch, man. Come on now. I'm just saying. If you split off, I won't say they had to split them up, but you split off Roxanne Perez from Raquel Rodriguez. You can do Raquel Rodriguez versus Stephanie. You can do Roxanne Perez versus Stephanie. There's so many things you can do. You can call women up if you need to as well. It just fits more with the stories if they give the belt to Stephanie. If you give the belt back to Io Sky, no. That's just lame. That's just lame to me. But I am intrigued to see how this heel turn with Asuka goes, because they're teasing it very well. And yes, they're putting some sympathy on Kairi Sane in the meantime. Finn Balor beat Dragon Lee. Nikki Bella was talking to Io Sky backstage. Let's not do that. And Asuka, rightfully so, came up and said, don't talk to her. She sucks. And she does. You have the New Day with Grayson Waller take on Penta and War Raiders. Penta was mega over in Paris. Mega over in Paris. Let me see here. I think after this they had... I don't want to get anything wrong here. Oh, right. Apparently, Asuka came up to Rhea Ripley's ass and said, hey, stay away from my woman. Stay away from my pupil? Whatever, there's some type of a hierarchy within the ranks. I think Asuka did a YouTube video explaining that. That's really cool. I like that. So, Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Io Sky are in like a pupil-teacher kind of relationship, right? And I wish the TV show would explain that more. But there's this idea, unspoken rule, that you have to show respect to the mentor. And Asuka's telling Rhea, hey, you're toxic, stay out of my life. And then Rhea's like, bitch, don't push me. And Asuka's like, do you know who the fuck I am? I'll push you whenever the fuck I feel like it. And Rhea's like, well, bitch, then jump. You feeling froggy? Jump. She didn't say that. But it would have been hilarious. Bitch, you feeling froggy? Jump. Don't do that. Don't do that. Although I'm pretty sure she can make that work. That'd be hilarious. And poor Kairi. Poor Kairi is just like standing in the middle of it all, just like, why am I here? I'm not doing anything. And then she gets yelled at. When Asuka yells and Kairi jumps, that shit's funny. I'm sorry. That shit's hilarious to me. It's cute. It's cute, but also funny. He's like, Kairi! That shit's funny and adorable. I like it. So Valkyria, whoever Valkyria is, I have no idea, but Lyra Valkyria is backstage, runs into Roxanne Perez, and they're like, you can fight me next week. And then she goes up to Pearce and is like, so, about Bayley, any thoughts? And Pearce is like, I have none, but apparently she's on her way back soon? And Lyra's like, okay, well, in the meantime, can I have a match? And then Lyra's such a dork, but not even in the best way. So to end the segment, Lyra does the, and then it's so awkward, and I'm just like, just turn her heel, just turn her heel, because homegirl she don't got the personality for it, bro. It's so bad. AJ Styles versus Dominik Mysterio for the IC title. This match was awesome. I thought the match was great all around. Dom is showing a little bit more of his lucha libre style, and it's actually starting to work well with his character. And as you can imagine, since Judgment Day was banned, he was going to get help from Mel Grande Americano, and he did. He got help from one of them. Headbutting AJ with the metal in its face and his mask, under his mask. And then Dom beats him with the frog splash. 1, 2, 3. So that's going to do it for AJ and Dominik Mysterio. And I think after this is when they do CM Punk talking to Rhea Ripley, and everyone's like, oh wow, so it's Punk and Rhea Ripley, what's happening there? And that's when CM Punk walks out to the ring. Let's get to it. This is easily the best part of the entire night. So Punk says the show doesn't run on Seth's time. It runs on his time, and he's hijacking the show. Get your ass out here. Seth's music hits. We're hoping to have Seth Rollins, and Becky Lynch shows up. As soon as I saw Becky Lynch, I sat up. I said, oh, this is about to be good. Because look, Seth has gotten progressively better. So much more better on the microphone. I'll even say Seth is great on the microphone. But Becky, I've always felt has been excellent on the mic. Especially as a heel. So, she comes out. She slings in. Poses. Makes her way to the ring. Punk's like, look, I ain't got time for this shit. I want Seth. I didn't call you out. And then she complains and asks if he thought he only affected one member of her family. He's like, you know what? I'm out. And she's like, no, you're going to sit there and listen to me. And then she starts talking about how she had to listen to him lie about her husband, the greatest man she's ever known, and how she's not going to take it anymore. And then she talks about how during her time trying to build some notoriety with the women, she had to hear people chant CM Punk during her matches. And yeah, that was happening. And I'm glad that she brought that up. And she says he's just like these fans and complains about people chanting for him during her matches too. Not caring about her or the hard work she puts in, and then the chants of CM Punk ring, and that was great. And she's doing such an excellent job. They start chanting, shut the fuck up. Shut up. It's so good. It's so good. She says Punk is not the voice of the voiceless. He's the poster child for apathy. And these people think she forgot or forgave because they put her on their shoulders and carried her to WrestleMania. No! And that whole thing about her throwing a tantrum. She talks about how great Seth is. And they need to get Punk out of the way. The way she's selling the crowd. The way she's going toe-to-toe with CM Punk. Like, this to me, before I continue with the rest of the promo, This to me just reaffirms what I've always thought. Becky has been, what's the word I'm looking for? She's been holding back. She's been lowering her standards to meet the women. And I hate that, right? You could tell Becky's been purposely not trying because she doesn't want to bury the women. She's been trying to help them. I think Becky needs to realize if you want to help them, they have to get on your level, right? And a lot of times, I feel like Becky gets scared to go all in. No, go all in. Like, what we saw with Becky tonight was Becky at her best. And then when CM Punk responded, he said that sounded good, but the vision's a bit blurry. The Vision's is the name of the group. This is a 10-year beef because they chanted his name during her matches. He says he understands the magnitude of himself. He's the best in the world, and it's not just him saying it. It's 30,000 screaming maniacs in Paris saying it. And you know who else chants his name? All the towns he's been in. Liverpool, Manchester, Birmingham, Leeds, Cardiff. And you know who he didn't see in those towns? You want to know who he didn't see in those towns? Her and her stupid husband with their plastic belts. He talks about how Seth Rollins is a coward. He hides behind Braun, Heyman, and now he's hiding behind his wife. He says, far be it from him to reduce somebody like her to just somebody's wife. She's a great wrestler, and she's just got bad taste in men, and she married a bum. Great line. And that's when Seth comes out. And I love this. I love Seth coming out, and he's like, says you want to have a problem with me. How's about you say it to my face? Dun, dun, dun. Everybody, no. Come on. Who remembers that theme song? Say it to my face. Dun, 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 dun. Come on. All right, anyways. Seth comes out. He's like, say it to my face. Punk tries to leave the ring. AJ's like, not AJ. I wish. Got a lot of AJ Lee chants. Punk tries to leave the ring. Becky's like, no. Steps in front of the way. And Seth's like, little bitch, he's such a coward. Then he walks away. And then Becky proceeds to slap the fuck out of him. And when she's slapping him and the crowd's getting angry, you could just tell, when a wrestler's having fun and you feel like they're into it. Like, you could tell Becky's really enjoying this. She's slapping Punk, and she knows something great's about to happen. And she's like, what are you going to do about it? And then you end the segment with CM Punk saying, your husband is going to regret cashing in on me, but you're going to regret ever putting your hands on me. And the crowd goes nuts. Huge pop. And, Becky's just like, oh, what the fuck you going to do to me? I don't want all your ball sweat on me. That was hilarious. And then she tried to do a nah, hey, goodbye, chat. And the crowd's just booing her. Crowd's like, shut the fuck up. Again, I gotta say it. I said it at the beginning. If this is not the perfect time to bring back AJ Lee, I don't know when. Punk goes backstage, talks to Adam Pearce. He tells Adam Pearce, we're going to be in Chicago on Friday, right? He said, yeah. Tremendous. Hey, if there was ever a time to bring in AJ Lee, this is the time. The time is up. My time is now. You can't see me. My time is now. Her time is up. Time to light it up. Let's light it up. Light it up. Light it tonight. Hey. Light it up. Light it up. Light it tonight. Let's light it up. Oh, you already know what time it is. It's going to be nice. If AJ Lee shows up on Friday Night SmackDown, whether it's from the audience, her coming in from the audience and beating down Becky and Seth, or her music gets hit and the crowd pops for it, you know it's going to be massive. I hope AJ shows up on Friday. And please don't get Def Rebel. Have her old theme song come back, please. Oh, I'm excited, man. I'm excited about that. Main event was Jey Uso and LA Knight.
Punk will get his get back full score, but from Trish Stratus, Nikki Bella to AJ Lee, Becky is goated.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, Becky's one of the greatest of all time, for sure. Main event was Jey Uso, LA Knight taking on Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. Of course, the Browns win. They end up pinning, I think, LA Knight, or was it Jey Uso? Who did they pin? I think it was... Yeah, Jey Uso. Braun Breaker pins Jey Uso after a spear. 1, 2, 3. And then they proceed to hit a spear on Jey Uso and then a tsunami. And you hear, "I was born again. Bring it back." Big Jim come out. Of course, the husband of Miss Naomi, Miss Trinity, and Little Jimmy, the daddy of Little Jimmy. He comes out, makes a save, and you see Jay go, "I can't do it. I need help. I can't do it." So they just tease the Usos reuniting to take on Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker at WrestlePalooza. Oh my goodness. WrestlePalooza is going to be stacked. That is awesome. The Usos versus Braun and Braun. AJ Lee, Punk, Becky, Seth, Cody, Drew, Stephanie McCurr, Io, Cena, Brock. Oh, come on. Come on. Feeling like WrestleMania is coming again. I'm excited about it. Yeah, this was a damn good episode. This was so much better than Raw last week. And honestly, better than a lot of weekly shows by WWE. So, thank you all so much for joining me for this live stream. We're going to go to the live chat. Live chat, give me your scores, give me your grades. Man, how we feel about this show? Where's your excitement level? Where is your excitement level for WrestlePalooza? They're saying it's stacked. Oh my goodness. Oh, you know it's stacked. You know it's going to be a massive card. AEW All Out can't top this card. I don't know. I don't know if AEW is going to come up with something to make me pay $50 to see it. That's all I'm saying. It's just, I'm not even saying the card that AEW has is going to be bad, but my dude, what can you create to make me want to pay $50 to not see this show? But yeah, this was a really good show. Damn good show. Look at these scores. JJ Bulldog, 9 out of 10. Trey Lucado, 8.5 out of 10. Dylan Danger, 9 out of 10. Dark Angel, 10 out of 10. Oh, she said it was a perfect 10. Firestar Heart says absolutely stacked. 9 out of 10 at the very least. They saying they hate to be Tony Khan right now. Yeah, Tony, me too.
Question: do you think Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch versus CM Punk and a returning AJ Lee be the main event for WrestlePalooza? I think it should.
Well, the main event's going to be John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. But if not John Cena and Brock Lesnar, it should definitely be this match. Because holy crap. Jesus Christ almighty. Sean Swaby, I normally don't rate Monday Night Raw or SmackDown, but this one I give it an 8. Yeah, this was a strong B, 8 out of 10 show. Definitely one of their better shows. Of course, the World Champ matters the most. The World Champ says he's giving it an 8 out of 10. So we'll be. We like that. Thanks, Champ. What if they have either Paige or Lita come back to help Punk? Lita? That would be awkward. Paige would be good, but no. It's gotta be AJ. If it's Ronda Rousey or Rhea Ripley instead of AJ in Chicago, I'm turning off the TV. If Ronda Rousey shows up, I'm breaking my TV set. Like, you son of a... For real. I will lose my mind if it's Rhea Ripley. I'll be like, God damn it. But I I'd rather it be Rhea Ripley. If it's either Rhea Ripley or Ronda Rousey, I'd rather it be Rhea Ripley. I'd rather it be Rhea Ripley. If we go get Brock versus Cena, if we do get Brock versus Cena at WrestlePalooza, we need a massive stipulation. What would the stipulation be? That's a big time match. Imagine Brie Bella versus CM Punk. Oh my God. Brie Bella as CM Punk's partner? Or Nikki Bella? Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. That's not funny. You're not funny. Chris Western Views. Thank you, Alyx, for having me here one day. I will compete for one of the titles. Hey! Chris Western Views. Hey, Chris. My dude. Understand something. If you come for the Kings, you best not miss. You're talking about Ronwell Nogales. You're talking about the Chosen One. The Young Wiccan. Be careful. Speaking of Chosen One.
Kabuki Warriors will cost IYO Sky to lose to set up IYO versus Asuka.
You know what? It is one of those things where, even though Io losing is predictable, I'm still excited about it because I want to see Stephanie Vaquer win the belt. You know what I mean? I'm excited about that. Cancer, nah, I am with y'all because AJ Lee is the safest bet to turn this feud up from 100 to 1,000. No, for real. T85 says, I'm interested in the Broken Bailey stuff. Oh my goodness. That's going to feed a lot of families. Broken Bailey? Oh, that's going to be good. It's going to be good. All right, y'all, let me get out of here. Thank you all so much for joining me for this live stream. We have a lot of things happening. Of course, AEW this week. I'm going to be watching AEW just to see what they're going to do. But as of right now, I'm all in on WWE this month. I do not feel comfortable watching both of those shows, especially since I'll be paying $30 for WWE and then another $50. So in total, $80. No, sir. I'm going to need AEW to put their best foot forward and come with it if you want my 50. So that's where we are right now. So we'll see what happens. Thank you all so much for joining me. As you follow out, do all the YouTube things. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and Venmo. I love you all, and I will catch you guys next time right here in Alyx's World, a place that is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. When you're